Oh, we're live now. Oh, we are. Excellent to be back. Excellent to be back. Just make sure I can hear myself on YouTube. Oh, we are. Excellent to be back. Right, why is the quality so bad? Just make sure I can hear myself on. That's all right. It's not too bad. Not too bad, right? As usual, I'm just going to ping Discord, and then we can start coding. Right, what do we have here? Hello, Anton. How's it going, dude? Oh my god. We already have someone. Anyway, so I have posted the message on Discord. Hopefully we get some people join us. But yeah, good to be back, guys. It's been a long week. I was actually on holiday. I had my honeymoon last week, so that's why I didn't do any streaming. But now we're back to reality, and there's nothing else for me to plan, nothing else for me to stress over, like a wedding, I guess. I did relax very much, to be honest. It was a very good holiday in Greece. We went to Rhodes, so I get, if any of you guys get a chance to go to Rhodes, I would recommend it because it's lovely and the food was nice and the people were nice and the sun was even nicer, to be honest. Doing well. How about you? I'm doing good as well, man. I hope that you have been doing well since last time we spoke, right? What are we doing today? So the plan for today. Hello, Muslight. How's it going, dude? Plan for today is just to do some Golang. Let's do some Golang. Urchin development. There's one thing I want to do with the CMS, which is to kind of support a gallery. That's one of the, during my holiday, I've been taking so many pictures, and I've got like a shitty old Canon camera where I take pictures on manual mode. So I set, all the aperture, field of view settings and the ISO and stuff. And I'm getting really good at it. So the pictures are starting to look nice. And I thought, why not create a website and host my own gallery? And I also thought, I already have that. Well, Urchin kind of does that, right? Because we already have support for images. So it's just a matter of making the UI a little bit nicer. But before then, I also realized, there's one thing stopping me from doing anything, any work, any meaningful work on Urchin, which is the testing framework, right? So all the pipelines kind of fail now, or I can't really do any work because I can't really test the code at the moment, because I decided to use this stupid, well, not stupid, it's actually a very interesting library, which is a kind of in-memory DB, right? So it's an in-memory MySQL copy. But unbeknownst to me, that doesn't really support the function keyword. And I use that, for example, for the card support. And the card support, or making arbitrary card information, or supporting any arbitrary card information on a database is important because I'm going to use that for the gallery. So that's why I kind of need to do this work first, right? For those who still haven't really checked out Urchin yet, this is kind of what it looks like. Not Putin, don't worry about that. But, okay, it's probably still building, right? Yeah, okay. Locking compose up is going to take a while because it's going to build everything. Kind of annoying. Where are we going? I have the soundboard up. Is it still working though?
Boring. Boring.
How loud is it?
Boring.
It's louder than my voice, isn't it? Gosh. Yeah. So what did I do? So I decided to kind of remove the support for the in-memory MySQL and then just use a SQL database on the pipeline really to test, right? And locally I've got a MariaDB database running anyway, so I can do integration testing with that. It does mess up the data I've currently got in there, but I don't really care that much, to be honest. And yeah. Let's see what we get though. So rebuilding things. Okay, so now it should be able to actually provide us with a page, right? So what I'm talking about is like making this images. I don't know why the images aren't showing. I'm going to be honest with you guys. No idea why. But this one clearly shows copy image. copy image link. Why is this working and this one isn't? Let's just do a Control-Shift-R or something. What is it? Right control. There you go. So if we inspect it, what is actually wrong with this image? So we do have a bug we should probably fix, right? What did we get served in here? So images data doesn't actually show up here, does it? Images 0B3. This one here. It's cache hit for that image, which is interesting. Cache hit for page there. Yeah, let's see what's going on, because I have no idea, right? But that's the plan for today. Plan for today is just to remove completely the support for the in-memory MySQL database that doesn't support some keywords in MySQL, and then just move to a lean and mean MariaDB test on the CI, right? Because we do have a CI, and that's where things are kind of failing at the moment. But yeah, I mean, it's good to be back, though. It's good to see that there's people already in the stream, so thank you very much for joining. I want to hear everything that I've missed in the past week, so if you guys want me to review anything or any news that I've missed out, let me know. I've actually, it's one of those things I didn't take my laptop to my holiday, which was a blessing, really. I didn't open a single computer on my holiday, so that was probably the first time I've done that in many years, I'm going to be honest. I haven't really been away from my laptop or my computer for that much time in a long time. So I recommend you guys trying that out at some point as well. Of course, it's like we old folks just meet in a while, which kind of nice. It is indeed, mate. I have my first internship interview on 19th. Any advice? Dude, yeah, no, just go away and do as much code as you can. Make sure you look at Glassdoor. That's perhaps the most important advice I'm going to give you. Just go on Glassdoor or any website that will tell you kind of what your interviewer might ask for that particular role in that particular company. And make sure you're prepared for those, man. That's it. But yeah, on top of that, just make sure you can code, right? Just make sure you can solve problems with your coding, because that's what they'll be asking you. Mr. Cheese, where are you interviewing for, if you don't mind me asking? What kind of company is it? You don't have to say the name, obviously, that's too much information, but it's a Golang interview. Nice, yeah. We should be okay though. Like I'm guessing there'll be a lot of CRUD questions and whatnot. If it's for a back-end developer role, right? Which usually is with Golang. So I'll tell you what, best of luck, man. And I'm sure that you'll be fine, man. If you're the kind of person that's watching coding content from random people on YouTube, I'm pretty sure you probably know your shit, dude. Gin framework and Postgres. All right, that's what we have here. Except we don't have Postgres, we have MariaDB. But yeah, make sure you look. I mean, if it's the first interview ever, just learn some basic SQL. That's one of the things. Like, if I actually went for an interview and they asked me a bunch of SQL questions, I probably won't do that well, you know, because it's not something I do at work all the time. Last time I've properly done SQL was probably at university, where I learned about joins and constraints and, you know, kind of all of the features of SQL or relational databases. Oh, we have something. One of my keys is kind of messed up. I don't know why. I'll figure that out later. I always forget SQL. It's plain English, but I can't somehow memorize it. Yeah, SQL is just one of those things. Like, if you do it every day, then you remember it. But if not, it's not the end of the world, because you can just find it out, you know, very quickly anyway. As long as you know the basics, the foundations, you should always be able to kind of Google it. Right. Images, right? So images, static, data or something. Files to include .go, I guess. Yeah, there is a bug somewhere in my data. It's not this one, it's not that one. Images data. That's what I'm supposed to have. Images / data, right? So where is that? Images / data. There. It should be a it's a static serve because I literally just serve the images. And then the image directory comes from the config, right? So the Urchin config has Urchin config.toml image directory. There you go, image dir, which is / images, right? So in theory, images contains everything that I want. And it should also contain this 0b32 image somewhere. 0b32, there you go, that one. Interesting. What does this image look like? It's not actually an image. That's why it doesn't show anything. Now it makes more sense. It does make me think that it's just images that aren't really PNGs or something. Okay, that's great. That's great. So does that mean that my image upload isn't working now? Okay, we got that. That's working. Don't save. Don't save. Yeah, should we test that out? There's got to be something here that's broken. Matt, I really wonder how you guys debug. I use like many tools, but I am fond of mostly like logging it, how you guys do it. So I prefer the debugger, believe it or not. So I love using a debugger. In my case here, because I run this application on Docker, it's a little bit difficult. So what I have to do is like stop it and kind of just, you know, on VS Code is very easy. Most languages, like you just have to have the right extension installed for debugging. So for Golang, for example, that's Devil. And once you have those, it's just a matter of adding configuration here and clicking on Golang and making sure that you point to the right program, or at least for Golang, that will be the directory in which the program is built, where your main go is. And arguments, right? So it's just as easy as kind of running it. And I can hit breakpoints and whatnot. I haven't, you know, oh, let's proc.go. Access denied for Urchin at localhost. Passing word, yes. So for example, there's a config issue here. So Urchin config. Urchin at localhost, using password, yes. Okay. So this is probably because I need to change the configuration for my local database. It'll be like root, and then I guess root in here as well. And then 3306, I guess that's what it is. 3306, I don't know. Database name is Go CMS. I'm pretty sure it's unfortunately still that. But if I run it now, things should work, hopefully. There you go. So yeah, I mean, if you have like the debugger attached to your program, that means you can kind of just put breakpoints whenever something is hit. So for example, if there you go. If I'm serving something, well, maybe not on the static one, but the home handler will be a good one. So I can just put that in there, and every time I hit it, I should be able to kind of, you know, step through it and see what the hell is happening with my code. Honestly, most likely, you're not going to find a better way of doing it. So my advice for anyone, for all those new people watching this, just get to grips with the debugger. Whatever language you're using, just get used to using the debugger, because you'll be surprised how many people at the highest level of programming, I'm talking about people I work with and have worked with that are like seniors and leads and whatnot, can set up the debugging because they can't be bothered, or they just want to use login. And it's honestly so helpful because you can like inspect values, you can do dubious things like using the debug console to change the value of a variable at runtime, and just to test some quick logic. And it's honestly, it's so much better than just logging things. It's way more flexible. Anyway, I hope that answered your question, man. What are your views on gRPC? I haven't really done much of it, dude, to be honest. I mean, it's great for, I guess, running functions on a remote server. It's a great protocol. It doesn't look too bad, in my opinion, to understand. But yeah, I haven't really used much of it. We're talking about RPC in general. gRPC, I haven't really used Google's implementation of it. Hey, oh, Arconaf, how's it going, dude? It's good to see you, man. It's good to see you after a week away. I was very close to you, Arconaf. I was in Rhodes, man, which is kind of a few hours away from Turkey, as far as I can tell. And I nearly got a boat to Turkey. The only problem is that they didn't really have the boat trip on the day I wanted to do it, so I didn't actually get to visit you, Arconaf, but I will next time, man. Right. Yeah, so, you know, images seem fine. Let's actually get to what we want to do, right? So the thing that I actually want to do is remove all dependencies on the local, not remove all dependencies, get all the tests working with a local MariaDB instance, right? Locally, I've already done that work. The problem is on the pipeline. Make test, I think. So if I run make tests, I think all of them actually pass, which is great. But on the pipeline, if I show you guys what kind of work I've done here, I was doing some of it yesterday, so it's been a productive week for me. I removed a bunch of mentions to the local database. So for example, there was this make SQLite connection. No, that's not the one I want. This stuff. So test image upload. Why was that removed? Oh yeah, because I commented it out. Makes sense. This is setup, app settings, app settings. There you go. Run database. So run database server was a function that was actually using this dependency. I forgot what it's called now. There you go. Go MySQL server or .hub go MySQL server, right? And if you search for that, and this is like a little tip for everyone who is thinking about using or creating very simple CRUD applications with MySQL, MariaDB. Go MySQL server. This is an in-memory MySQL database, right? And that means you don't actually have to run a service running MariaDB or MySQL. You can just do it from Golang, right? And I thought this was actually very interesting for many reasons, right? The main one is that I could create integration and kind of functional tests within the unit test framework of Golang. And that was a good idea until we couldn't use it anymore because we actually need support for some functions that this library doesn't support. Some of them are, or one of them is, as an example, is the keyword function. It doesn't support the keyword function in MySQL, unfortunately, but if it did, it would be perfect for us. Up until now, this has suited us. Right now, I kind of need just a full-on MySQL support library or just MySQL support service, which means, yeah, unfortunately, we had to remove it. There's not much thinking. And yeah, I just removed all the code to do with that, and we basically just create a MySQL connection now to whatever's running on the localhost. Now, for me to be able to do that on the pipeline, though, because we do have the tests running on the pipeline, I have, there you go, so it's a delayed pass line. I have a testing stage here that kind of builds the project and run all the tests. But I also have to set up a MySQL server or MariaDB server running in the background. And this is what I got stuck on yesterday. There are two options here. I could directly add MariaDB to the testing Docker image. I don't really want to do that, to be honest, because it's an image that I use for the Docker Compose as well. So like if anyone wants to use this and just type in Docker Compose up, is the image that's running actually the admin and the REST application. MariaDB is running on a separate container. So obviously I don't want to replicate or pull MariaDB into the application containers because I don't think there's a need for that. Secondly, I think it should be fairly easy for us to just install MariaDB here. Yeah. So I resorted to doing what most people do when they are messing with GitHub Actions pipelines, which is find the preset action that will actually install MariaDB, right? Instead of writing the commands myself. I mean, I could do it, I guess, but it's something I don't really want to do. There's like so many options I can use. There's like at least 3 or 4 of these actions that are set up already, just ready to be used. So I tried one of them, it didn't work, and this is where we are now. I started the stream, and let's hope we can fix this, because this won't block us from doing other work as well on supporting a gallery. Anyway, sorry, that was a lot of boring stuff. I'm sorry for that. Let's actually just chat. So, while we code, we can chat. I don't like the way this guy wrote his actions arguments with like spaces on it. It's a little bit weird, right? Usually you put underscores or something. So that's why I didn't use this one, I think. Set up MariaDB. Last commit was August 14th. Yeah, I don't even know what the problem was for this one here. Just sudo not found. So like for some reason, yeah, just can't run sudo in there. So actions, show go. I got my test.yaml. This is where I'm actually doing this. So I'm using Uncane's version of it. Let's try this one, shall we? MySQL MariaDB. Can I see when the last commit was? View source code. Last month. All right. So yeah, I mean it's kept up to date. It seems. It's kept up to. Oh, is that what I have here? There you go. There you go. Okay, let's try that one now. What did I just do? There you go. What run? Okay, yeah. We just select the MariaDB version. Hello, Mr. Incognito. How's it going, dude? It's good to see you. Congrats, man. I'm a bit too late. No worries, man. I guess you mean either the wedding or something else, right? I don't know. I don't know. What are you congratulating me for? What have I done now? So 11.7 is a good one. Okay, so let's push that. Okay. I'm going to let this run a little bit. Now, if this doesn't work, I'm just going to have to resort to actually installing the MariaDB server, which means I will probably Google install MariaDB Ubuntu, and then just use whatever commands. Yes, the wedding. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, yeah. It's crazy, but I've been married for 2 weeks now. It's crazy, isn't it? Like one day you're just a solo coder online doing streams, and the other day you've got a wife. Crazy. Now I can finally install Linux on my machine. Complicate my life. So yeah, I mean, this is what we have to do. MariaDB server, MariaDB, and then... Okay, so this is an issue here because I don't want to have to run the MariaDB secure connection without prompt. Okay. Since MySQL secure installation is just a bash script, just check out the raw source code here. Yeah, that is like a bash script they provide when you install MariaDB that will just set up the SQL server. So I guess we just have to run these things. Do query, where delete from MariaDB tests, okay. Drop database, flush privileges. I guess I can create. Okay, 1 second. Okay, yeah, we can just run this, I guess, right? Now, is that going to work at the pipeline that we've run? I'm pretty sure it wasn't. Wait, what? Why didn't it run a pipeline? What? Did I not just force push? Ah, yeah, of course. Ah, I messed up because I didn't actually commit anything. I just squeezed the last two commits together. I love doing that. MariaDB setup. Check out head, moving to head. Okay, let's stash this first and then do a git reset hard on this. Okay. What do we have now? Testing MariaDB setup. Okay, yeah, makes sense. What I had done before is like merge these two because I didn't look on whether or not the commit succeeded. Yeah. Git stash pop. Okay. Git add, GitHub, workflows, test.yaml. Get another testing, git rebase -I. Now I have to. Yeah, I have to stash my badge. This is what I was meant to do. Now, git stash pop. We should get a pipeline here. There you go. That worked better. Yeah, so in the meantime, assuming that this is not going to work, so this is actually not going to install MariaDB for us. Yeah, we're going to create a new install in MySQL or MariaDB. Thing it in here, right? So if I select this, put it here. Now this is where we can put all of this stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Kill all the monsters users because the host name variable. Drop user local host name. Kill off the demo database. Test. Make flush. Changes effect. Okay. Now I want to create a DB as well though with MySQL. Create database. Let's see. Create database. Okay. So now there you go. Create a database called Urchin. We have a user called root. Password. Wait, update MySQL user set password equals that. Let's put to root as well. And let's hope that that works, right? This is only in the case where the actual actions that I called here don't work. We'll find out now, I guess. I'll tell you what, do you guys work a lot with GitHub Actions? Do you work a lot with pipelines at all? I find it painful when you have like tasks that are kind of naturally trial and error, right? It's really annoying. There you go. So that one doesn't work either. Shogun download. What the hell? Yeah, so none of these like install MySQL actions actually work. Let's remove that. Installing MariaDB. Wait, what is the command for MySQL? Password, okay, yeah. So password root will do as well. Right. Great. I think we're good. Let's try that one now. I hope this works anyway. One thing I haven't really done is installed it. Yeah, this is not going to work because I forgot to install it. Bro. So there you go. So MariaDB server is what we want here. God, why do we get so many things wrong? Right, that should be a little bit better. Then we have to create a new user and granting privileges. This is what is already here, so we already have root, right? I'm pretty sure I saw that. Why did I even find it? So MySQL installation without prompt. This suggested answer already has the user password root set to root in here. That's what I did. So I'm just going to use root for the testing. It doesn't really matter. It's just a testing thing that's running on the pipeline for the time of testing. So that's the logic behind it. But I'm guessing that root is the root password. So you'll be using root. Yes, yes, I will be. That's correct. There was a user with a host name because our host varies. We'll use some bash magic here. Bash magic, what? Just expanding host name. Interesting. Drop user localhost. Okay. So what? MySQL adds an empty user by default and also an empty user on the host name. Oh, okay. These are maybe the same. Interesting. So is one of them going to fail? That's my question. Oh well. We'll find out. We'll find out very soon. Dude, those linters taking 51 seconds is kind of annoying. And what is this? Can't use light, it's outdated. Please run npx update something to the latest. I hope that doesn't mess us up. Right, let's see where we're going to fail now, because I'm pretty sure we're going to have to push this like 4 times to fix every single line of broken code or broken bash that we'll find. There you go. App does not have a stable CI interface. What? Let's try and do this on the container, shall we? So if I put it here. What is it? Docker images or something? The container I'm using is what? That is another tip I can give you guys. Like if you're ever struggling to do things on the pipeline, just log into your container and do it in there. Note down the steps that you use and then just put it into the pipeline code. Is the best thing to do. Urchin Golang 06. Urchin Golang 06. Hello Slim, how's it going, dude? Yo. 06, that's the one here. So image ID is there. What's it? Docker exec? IT. Is that the image? Or Docker run, I guess? Mongo. Oh, it's just a name. Wait, what is it IT or something? Like, what is the docker run command I'm looking for? I want to start the terminal. How do I get into Docker container shell? IT entry point, there you go. Container name, that's the one. That is the one I'm looking for. Run pipeline. It's already used by container. What? Yeah, let's just not use any. If I don't pass the name then. IT executable not found in pipeline. Okay, I guess it has to be done kind of like here, right? I guess. And there's no -d. Ah, beautiful. Yeah, so apt update, that's what I was doing. Why did that fail straight away? I have a stable CLI interface. Use with cautioning scripts. Okay, so list directory apt partial is missing. Okay, let's see. I'm pretty sure this is probably because I don't have a privileged Docker container. Welcome back. Thank you, Slim. Man, I'm kind of sad to be back, but happy at the same time. Sad because I had a really nice weekend or week in Greece. Away from the computer, believe it or not. That's what I was saying at the start of the stream. And I wish you guys all have a chance to do that at some point. So just take a week, just go somewhere nice and don't take a laptop because it definitely clears your head. And I'm happy at the same time to be back because I kind of missed all of this, to be honest. I missed the coding aspect and I missed my home. You know, I thought you went to Brazil. No, I just went to Greece, yeah. It was a honeymoon kind of thing. So when I execute sudo apt update, I get this, I was getting that. If you're using Docker and you have the same issue, you can do the following. I remember seeing this, user 0. User 0, Docker deal of actions. There is a way to pass that user thingy. There you go, user root. Container options. Oh, there you go. So I already have user 001. Interesting. Where's test.yaml being used? Is there, right? So needs build. If I remove that and then just remove these things straight away, just to make our lives a little bit easier. Wait, what? No, this is still going. What the hell? Why is it struggling so much to get 60 megabytes worth of data? Why is this Docker container struggling so much to get a 60 megabyte package? Right, with that in mind, I should have like actually gone straight into the tests. Yeah, as I said, happy and sad. I wish my holidays were longer for sure. In fact, I still have like most of... Oh, there you go. Yay, finally. So user 0 seems to fix that. Do you want to continue? Yes or no? Okay, so that is because we missed, I guess, something very stupid actually. That's why. Now this should get us going. It's just because if you don't put a -y, it's going to be interactive, and clearly GitHub Actions doesn't like when that happens. Man, I need to create aliases for like that. Committing, rebasing, and push forcing with lease somewhere, because like it takes so much of my time every time I want to push something. So I just know that's one of the things I'm going to remember when I'm dying, by the way. Like on my deathbed, my fingers would just like type in that workflow, because I do it so much at work and do it so much at home as well. But it's just muscle memory at the moment. And I hate that. I hate that. I hate that I know that. Okay, yay. Right. Now, can connect to local server through socket. This. That's probably because the MySQL server isn't actually running. I'm going to take, right? Hate that you use with lease. No, I hate that I know that whole workflow. Like what I do is the following, right? That I'll make some changes, then I'll like add the file or whatever, and then I will commit something like a fix up, because it was meant to be part of a different commit. I'll fix it up. I'll go on Vim. I'll do my fixing up, and then at the end of it, I'll do, push force with lease. I don't hate that I use force with lease. Obviously, you should be using that. But I hate that this entire workflow for me takes about 4 or 5 seconds for me to just type the whole thing, which is kind of fast for my typing, to be honest, for my typing standards. But it's just muscle memory. Like I hate that I remember this workflow just with my muscles, and it's kind of annoying because it's not even a useful one. But yeah. Now, I'm pretty sure this is probably because we have MySQL the server not actually started, right? There you go. Service MySQL start. So this is something we're missing here as well. We start MySQL. We update things. Right, here we go. Listen carefully. Or watch carefully, shall I say. Been to any CPP con yet? No, dude, that's too expensive. Ain't no one affording that shit, man. Unless you work for a company that's sponsoring you, right? Let's see, actually, how much are the tickets? I remember looking at it at some point and thinking, fuck me, that is expensive. Oh no. Early access 149, so it can't be that. What? That is way too cheap for a conference. The purchase is a credit for a future CPPCon early, but so you purchase the ability to purchase the next CPPCon. Okay, so just in the pre-order of your order, I guess, you have to pay 140 here. Yeah, there you go. So $1,000, $1,200. That's what I remember seeing, like 1.5K for a ticket. Now watch online. Thanks. Yeah, me too, man. I will just watch online. So it's one of those things, like only people who work for companies that will sponsor them will actually go to these events, because like who's actually spending 1.5K just for a ticket to a one-day event? I think it's multiple days actually, isn't it? But you get the point. If you're just someone who likes the language and wants to, learn things, you probably just wait for the YouTube videos if you're poor like myself. This isn't like unique to C++ though. I went to the Rust conference last year, Rust Nation I think that is in London, and the only reason I went was because my company sponsored it. Because that ticket as well, even though it's a small conference with a very small community compared to C++ and I don't know, JavaScript or whatever, Node, it was still £600, believe it or not. So obviously, as a coder myself, as someone who likes to learn things and watch people talk about code, I'm not paying that much because I think it's too much money. And I hate, I do kind of hate it a little bit just because, it means that, if you're unemployed but you still like to attend these events, you won't be able to, right? It's too expensive. But yeah, hope that answered your question, my man. Are you going to CPPCon, Slim? Are you going to Golang Con? Because you're a Golang developer, right? Pretty sure you said you're a Golang developer. There are, what is it, Gopher? The Gopher conference or something? My partner has been to that. She does Golang and she goes to it every year. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just reading a message real quick. Right. Right, my dudes, I'm back. Yeah, so did we not push that? Did we not push the new share? 26A. Now, what have we got here, though? Why did this not work now? Ah, okay, yeah, so is it sudo systemctl? So MySQL unrecognized service. Service status all. So what should we be doing in a MySQL? MariaDB server, right? Yeah, can't spell server. Why is this Docker container so slow? Like, what is actually causing my internet speed to be that slow? Is my stream alright? Can you guys see me well? Because it looks like it's not, though. Jesus, it's just so slow. Anyway, service status all. Docker, yeah, I guess it is. Right, so my MariaDB is supposed to be the service, right? I was just looking for the name of it. So it should be sudo start, is it? Service name and command, right? So sudo MariaDB start. That's what we're looking for here. God damn it. I don't know what it is, but whenever I'm on stream, like, I guess you guys watching me kind of takes away my power to type anything. And I make so many typos, it's unbelievable. It doesn't even happen at work for some reason, it's just, maybe I'm too tired by the end of the day, who knows. So in here you can see that you're learning another really, really good lesson, which is when you're doing pipeline work, try and test things out as much as possible in your Docker container locally, because it's going to be faster. And also, comment all of the jobs that you have except the one you're testing. That's one of the things that probably takes too much time and people don't realize. Like if you're only testing a job that you're editing or something. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. We got further. Done. So MySQL user references invalid tables or functions. The MySQL user. Right. This is the kind of stuff that we can probably just clod. Can we just clod it? What does the error mean? Oh, let me close the door 1 second. There you go. Otherwise, you hear people getting in. Yeah. So what run repair on MySQL? Wait, this error message is indicating an issue with the MySQL user view in your MariaDB database. Let me break down what's happening. The error occurs because the MySQL user is trying to reference tables, columns, or functions that are either invalid or don't exist anymore. The user definer invoker, blah blah. This simply happens with the scenarios after MariaDB upgrade where the underlying structure changed, database corruption. Okay, now I don't think any of these things are actually happening to us though. Because we've just started the thing, right? So what are we trying to do? So MySQL secure installation. How to set up MariaDB after installation without using MySQL There you go. Let's see what this will give us. Sudo systemctl Maria start, that's fine. MySQL admin, what is that? Set root password, first time after installation. Can we do that? Does that work? MySQL admin. It does work, right? So I guess let's try that instead of the other stuff. Okay, yeah, I mean, this kind of makes sense. I kind of get what this is giving me. So basically, we remove that one. We set it to root here. And instead of MySQL, can I do env here? Okay, so will that work? Will env actually do? Let's just see if the variable actually exists though. And instead of these, I will just put, I guess what I can do is QRL. Okay. Okay, right. See if we get any luck now. Still installing my SQL Server, which is ridiculous. Righty. Come on. Tests. I swear, like, initialization times for Docker containers used to be a lot longer on GitHub. They've done something to it. It's only taking 10 seconds now. It used to take like a minute. Right, let's see if this is gonna get us any further. Starting a database server, MariaDB. What did I actually do? Starting the server, okay. Oh, it's already failed. I don't know why. It hasn't given us the logs, I guess. Drop user localhost. There you go. Okay, so my MS equal, okay. That did not work right because this is supposed to be root there. Drop user failed. What is the actual error that we get though? I don't know. Operation drop user failed. Okay, yeah, we don't know. Right, that's the answer. But we probably failed because we didn't have the password. Okay, great. So this stream just seems to be us looking at pipelines and changing things slightly, as well as chatting. So if there's anything you guys want to ask me, you know, the time is now. Or whenever, really, because this is really boring. Thank God. This is... No, thank God. Oh, I thought it worked for some reason. My bad. Right. So MySQL prefix, please root. Yeah, that's fine. So this line fails for some reason. Drop user localhost. Why? Why does that fail? Is this like dropping a user that doesn't exist, maybe? It just looks like it's a user that doesn't exist and it's trying to drop that, but yeah. Do you have extra single quote in your command? Don't think so. Good question, though. No, I do not. There you go. AI says it's because the user doesn't exist. I'm inclined to believe that, to be honest. What did he actually do, though? The truth is, I don't even care if I'm not dropping that. And that as well. Like, I only want to have a database available. This is a testing one. Oh, please, Bitdefender, stop advertising yourself on my stream. So I don't really want to fix that. I can just remove it. This is just a testing database. Try echo users. Yeah, I can do as well, but as I said, I think we're just wasting time here because I don't really care if they exist, you know. This is going to be used for testing in one pipeline only. So yeah. Oh, gosh, I'm so tired. And when you guys go on holiday and come back to like 1,000 different deadlines and 2 new projects, that's what I came back to. So I'm gonna probably have to crunch a little bit tomorrow. There you go. So, okay. Here we go. Yay! What soundboard do we have for this? I don't even know. Yeah, boy, which is 1, 2, 3. 3, I guess? 4? Is this one? Yeah, boy! That's way too loud. I'm sorry, guys. It's such a long, like, fucking soundboard as well. I can't pause it. Wait, can I? Yeah, there you go. I can. I forgot to modify the soundboard software to actually pause it when you press it again, because it doesn't do that by default. Right. That is dope. Thank you. Right, yeah. So now it doesn't work, but why? Why does it not work? Fail. Index test ping. Database did not star. Database did not star. Okay, so what is my test index ping? Test ping index, what is it called? I'm pretty sure it's probably trying to connect to a database that doesn't exist. That's what we've got here. Test index page ping. Test index page ping. There you go. What did I tell you? It's exactly that. Database address would just be, oh, 1 second. What is it actually trying to do? What is it actually trying to do? Wait for DB app settings. Make MySQL connection. Root. Ah, yes, there you go. That's what it should have been, right? But in fact, I'm going to make this a little bit better because we do have the app settings in there. So this is, what is it supposed to be? It's user. Database user. Database password. This is the database address. Yeah. How did it know that? We've got the port and then the database name. Right, so now wherever we use this, we should actually put the right information here. I think the initial, the default, what is the default? MariaDB port. Is it 3306? Yeah, it's 3306, right? What was the database name I put? I can't remember now. I don't remember. I think it was Urchin. Web server port. It doesn't matter. Cache enabled false, right? Now these are Golang changes, so we should probably. What do we have here? Oh, what the fuck? What did we change in this other one here? Beginning of works. We did change that file as well. Oh yes, we did. That's alright. We can just. Oh gosh. Make SQL accept. Wait for DB accepting common connection. Okay. It's as if it never happened because we're rewriting history. Oh. God damn it. What else? Help us, I'll go. What's the problem, my man? There. Help us test, help us, that's all. I bet you guys can tell that I use Windows. There you go. I just want to make sure that my commits make sense. That's why I'm squashing all of them. Kind of annoying, I know, but so I expect this test to actually pass now. And there will be some more that didn't pass, or some more that did pass, actually. Interestingly. You're using Tmux. No, I'm just using the Windows terminal, actually. I found it to be better than Tmux. You know, this is a hot take, but I find the Windows terminal to be a little bit better than Tmux because out of the box, you get like windowing and, you know, whatever. So, and it works fairly well without having to set up Tmux on this. But yeah. But I do use Z Shell though. There's no way. Z Shell and on my Posh, which is kind of Z Shell for Windows Terminal as well, like all the themes and stuff. And I'm thinking very hard of just like just scrapping my Windows laptop and buying a new laptop with just Linux in it. Because yeah, I mean it's frustrating me. Windows has been frustrating me recently. It's annoying. It's so slow. Even PewDiePie moved to Windows. So, right. So what do we have now? See, this is a different test, and that's good. Now the thing is, like, whenever we have a call to this function, where is it? Wait for DB, right? So whenever we have wait for DB, we've got to make sure that we also have the right settings. Oh, these are all commented out. That's why. That's why. That's fine. So what is the problem here? First of all, my index page ping. No, it failed. Why did it fail? You have an error in your SQL syntax. Manual. What the hell? What the hell do we have here? So this is like running a, what do you call it? A migration on the test. Every test is running a migration. Yes, if you don't move it, is the time. If you don't move, if it is the hype move, if you have passive, yeah, I guess for Unix. I have hate for Windows though at the moment. I mean, I am a Linux user for the most part anyway. Especially, well, I guess I only work on WSL nowadays, and I did actually work entirely on Linux before this role. It's just that we have a bunch of defense related, I guess, software which only works on Windows at the moment, so I have to kind of use it for work. A little bit annoying though, but it's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world at all. Yeah, what is happening here? So index page ping. So MySQL, right? If I just go MySQL user root, pour that. Database does not start, right? So what if we do this now? Yeah, okay, so now we reproduce what we have on the pipeline. Expected nil, but got MySQL number. You have an error in your SQL syntax. Check that the manual corresponds to your MariaDB version for the right syntax used near version ID integer. Which one even is this? What? T version ID integer not null. Where is this? What? It just looks like a MySQL driver error, to be honest. You have to forward port from Docker, I guess. Not on the pipeline because I'm running the test in the same Docker as the MySQL is running. And also not here because this MySQL connection is actually on my machine, not through Docker. So I don't think that's a problem. This is something else though. This is something else. What is it? This is actually not in my code at all. What even is this? Yeah, this kind of implies that my test page ping integer not null is applied. Like, this is not my code. This is not my code at all. Version ID? What? Ah, set dialect. That will be why I have to put my SQL in here. Right? Is that the problem? Is that the problem, boys? I told you it was a driver problem. That was the problem. Do it again. Okay. Okay, great. It looks like a part of a SQL creating a table. Yeah, so I think, right, what happens is the Goose, which is the library I'm using to apply those embedded migrations. Like, I've got a bunch of migration files that get embedded in the binary through this bit of code here. Where is it? This bit of code here, right? And Goose is like setting those up for every test. So if I set the dialect to be SQLite, it will use commands for SQLite to create the test database, right? Because it's creating a table that's actually tracking the version of your migration. And I think that's the problem here. So if, yeah, I mean, we figured it out anyway. It wasn't too difficult. It's just I had to set it to my SQL now. Now you can see why this is going to start giving us being a problem for us soon, though, because I said that this is actually changing, or in fact, applying the migrations for every file, right? For every test, which means that as soon as we hit the second test, we're probably going to have a problem, right? Because we already have the migration up and running. I'm not sure if my Goose is going to try and then it's going to error because the migration is already up, but we'll figure out because we have a second one right here, and that's what we're gonna figure. But I want this test to pass first, though, because if it doesn't pass, then obviously the others aren't going to pass either. That's why I hate, like, this is why this is why I've created such a thumbnail for this video. I just hate working with SQL. Especially when you make the wrong decision, which is what we did, like by choosing the in-memory MySQL implementation for the tests, without figuring out that eventually we're going to need something that actually supports the entirety of MySQL. We shot ourselves in the foot, I think. There you go. We did pass now. Now, yeah, the code cover is broken. I don't know what's going on, but like their wrappers don't actually work. I've reported this already on their GitHub. No replies whatsoever. I think people don't care about this anymore. Kind of a shame, but yeah. We did pass though. So let's actually uncomment the other ones and see if we can once again enable these tests one by one, right? So run database server, as I said, doesn't exist anymore. We do have wait for DB though, in here. Now, where's our app settings? Help us get app settings, right? Yeah, so local. We're gonna have to change some of the stuff. Database user, database password, root, database name is Urchin, that's fine. Web server port, we don't really care. But that essentially means we can remove that one here, right? What is it called? Gap settings, there you go. We don't need that number anymore. All right, get out settings here. Oh gosh, yeah. I've been doing too much JavaScript recently. Apologies. And same one for this. We just have that. Now, can we pass this one as well, though? Is it just going to work? Yeah, that one just works as well. We do have MySQL here, MySQL there. Wait for DB. Whatever that happens is where we actually have to uncomment these tests. God damn it! This is a this is a big test. This one. Help us get up settings. Require. We don't have that. Okay. Set up routes though. What is it? Undefined admin app. Why am I using things from the admin app in here? Execute multi-form request. Okay, because I'm... Oh, right, I see. This test is a funny one, I remember. It's testing the image upload. So it creates like a 1 pixel image and sends that. So why is Goose not here either? Cannot import encode in JSON. Why am I getting all these errors here? Image.go. No require module provides package GitHub testify require. To add it, go get. Okay, yeah. I mean, we probably remove that, to be fair. Ah, okay, yeah, I see what happened. These tests were all coming to now. That's fine though. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh no, that's not the right one. Require. Okay. Yeah, we still have this issue here. So admin app is a problem. Undefined admin app. Right. Is this meant to be in the admin app for the system tests? I call it system tests, but these are just, I guess, functional tests. What was the import I had before though? What was the import I had before? This is image test as well, right? Ah, there you go. Okay. That's great now. It should work. Okay, yeah. But yeah, I mean, as I said, I'll probably get a 1 pixel long image somewhere. This is what all these images are for. This is my guess, right? For example, if I removed all of them, delete permanently, right? And I run the test again. Oh no. Where's my image thingy supposed to be? Because it's going to be in the app settings, right? So app settings, what is that? Get app settings. Ah, I see, yeah. So it's just the default image directory is an empty string, which means it's going to be added in here. That's why, that's why we get all the images with 1 pixel not showing up on the website. They do show up, they just have 1 pixel. that's the catch here. Anyway, that's another one that we've uncommented. Now we have wait for DB. Let's see where else we have that. Man, I love Golang. I forget how much I like him. Right, so require is there. Helpers, we don't have that. It's fine now. Go helpers, run SQL database. We don't need that. Helpers wait for DB. We can remove that. We do have the admin app. What is the import again? I can't be asked thinking now, so we're not going to think. Okay, now this should also run, which is great. Now only one more, and then we are finally done with this work of removing the previous testing thing. Okay, no admin app on this one. Beautiful. Test.post exist. There you go. Okay, great. I think we're finally good to go. Let's do a go mod tidy. Oh, go mod tidy here. Now, a bunch of things were actually changed though. Like we changed the go mods because we changed the, I guess we had removed, or we had commented out some of the require lines, which means go mod tidy before remove that transient or that dependency that we had. Now we added it back. So it makes sense that we have changes in the mod files. I'm just going to push everything really. And now, if this passes, we have solved our problem. It probably looks very confusing to you guys, like why the hell am I doing all of this SQL work or making sure that the pipeline has a MariaDB. I've explained this many times, but the main reason for this is that we essentially had an in-memory database, and we've come to the conclusion, or we've come to the unfortunate situation where one of our features, the card feature, which I've completed maybe like 2 months ago, that uses some MySQL functions that aren't supported by the in-memory database, which is this one here, for those interested, if you want to play with it. Function, that is. So it doesn't support function in MySQL, so it's not really suitable for us to do the tests because our migrations just fail whenever we add something that isn't supported by the in-memory MySQL database. That's why we've reverted back to just using whatever SQL database we've got on the machine for the tests, because it's just easier that way. And we are certainly not going to encounter any support issues in the future because we're running the real thing, right? But yeah, you learn, it goes without saying that we make mistakes. We always make mistakes. And that was a mistake that I should have seen in the past. But all tests do run now, I believe. There you go. We're going to remove this select version thing in here. And that is great. That is great. There's no statements for coverage. I don't know why. We should probably figure out why it doesn't have any coverage statements. We'll figure out why. But that is good. We've fixed that issue. Now we can remove this here. What else are we going to remove? So yeah, I am running with coverage, so I don't understand why it's messed up. I'm going to uncomment this. Okay. What is this thingy here? Urchin CI. We're supposed to be a gopher, right? Let's change that as well, because I don't like that. Let's find a better emoji for a pipeline. I don't know about you guys, but if you're not using emojis on your pipeline, like what are you even doing? A gopher? Is there an emoji for that? A rat? A mouse? What animals can I do? There you go. That kind of looks like a gopher. Let's use this one. Beautiful. So I'll figure out why the coverage isn't working there some other time, I guess. Great. Okay, that's great. Now, one of the things I wanted to test in the meantime was that the image upload is still working, because that's one of the things I'm not too sure on. And for that, I'm going to get Postman on it. It's not even running the app. What is the debug console telling me? Access denied for Urchin. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's because we have something wrong in the launch.json here. Urchin admin config. We want access denied for user Urchin at localhost. Password yes. Huh. Why though? Why? But the main app works, and it's the same config. This is fucked. What is going on here? Oh no, it doesn't. Access denied for user Urchin, right? So yeah, it's probably just because I Urchin config. What do we have here? Ah, yeah. We had stashed it, right? I guess. There you go. Beautiful. It should be root and password root. Yeah, it should be. Yeah. This config here that I've actually committed to the repository is so it works on Docker Compose, because the Docker Compose has a different database name and a different username. So yeah, that's why. Don't worry if you're watching this in the future and you're wondering whether I left the key here on purpose. No, I didn't. This is actually removed, so don't even try it. I think it's removed, right? Let me check. Actually, I'm gonna check that. Otherwise, you might have found something. It's only a reCAPTCHA key anyway, so not too bad if. Where's my console? I agree. reCAPTCHA v3, new. API Explorer. Admin console. Like, bro, where is my reCAPTCHA thingy? Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna check this after, but you know, hopefully, I guess, or I really hope that no one's been using my reCAPTCHA keys if they're still valid. I'm pretty sure I deleted them. I just left it here for show. And also, I'm pretty sure this repository is supposed to have like GitHub's own key checking thing, right? Where is it? This. What is this doing, Git Guardian? What are you doing? That is a key. Git Guardian detects secrets in your code to help developers and security teams secure the modern development process. You are seeing this because you or someone else with access to this repository has authorized Git Guardian to scan. Yeah, I mean, no secrets detected. I beg to differ. I think it has. I think it has. You just messed up. Right, why the hell is it not running? Failed to fetch workflow, error parsing pipeline, release. What pipeline release? Failed to fetch workflow. What? I guess I've uncommented that by mistake. Was it already commented? Ah, yes, it was commented out. Okay, yeah, I've uncommented too many things. My bad. God, today is really not my day, is it? This is not my day with pipelines. Okay. Now back to this. Yeah, I wanted to test the image stuff. Like, I'm losing focus really hard. First money session has expired. Come on. The best things happen when you're on stream. I swear to God. Okay. Thank God. Come on. Urchin admin. There you go. Images. Upload images. Let me upload some images. So I have file, my user here, with some alt text. No file provided for image upload. Well, I did provide a file. Wait a second. So let me bring some images in. 3 images. Splash. What are we having? We are gonna have a sunset, or the place I went to, which was this. I was there last week. Just for you guys. I was here. So these are all pro. God damn, I'm gonna start putting some of my pictures here. People are charging for like pictures of nature. This is what it looked like. There you go. So if we just copy image link, right? And then we manage to put it somewhere. The JPEG. Okay. So if we do that, and now we select that file somewhere. God damn it, I've got so much stuff. There you go. There you go. So now if we send it, Okay, we do. We get an ID back of the image. So, does it still work as we expect, though? If we... I need to start the admin app as well, the normal app now. Okay, restart. There you go. Great. Okay, yeah, no, it does work. It does work, yeah. I mean, I don't really like the title here. But why are we doing all of this? The reason I want to do this is because I want to buff up this image stuff a little bit. So like when you click on it, instead of opening a new, I guess a new window or a new link somewhere, it will just bring up the actual image in a panel here, right? I think that's probably the easiest thing we have to do. I don't know if you guys know any nice JavaScript libraries that will do that, any front-end libraries that will actually do that. And also, there's a bunch of things I want to work on. Like, I want to crop this to a square, right? I also want to be able to provide minified images. So not like this image here has just been completely loaded. Like all the 3 megabytes of it. I want to, as soon as you update an image, I want to create a cropped version of it, as well as a lower res version, and maybe a loading like bitmap. So instead of the image, we just have some colors. So when it's loading, you do some sort of like lazy loading, which is nice. Wait a minute. Thank you, Anton. Yeah, dude, send me that gallery link, that JavaScript gallery link. I'd love to put those things into Urchin. Yeah, and the reason why I want to do this is because I've got a bunch of photos that I need to edit and complete and provide to some of my family. So I thought it would be a nice little project to buff up the Urchin stuff. Micromodal Versal app. Okay. Fuck, there you go. Oh, I've been here before. I have been here before. What's happening? Micromode is a lightweight, configurable, and A11-year-old what? Enable modal library written. Enables you to create, I don't know what this is, compliant modal dialogues with confidence with minimal configuration at just 1.9 kilobytes. Minified and gzipped. Okay, so it's just a way to create this. That's nice, yeah. Yeah, I've been here before. I'll tell you when. When I was doing my family's website. Is it still on? The Wayback Machine. So I had this business, really, a few years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, there you go. And I use Golang for it. This is the precursor to Urchin, really. Like, it's the first time I created some sort of CMS. And multimodal was used for the dialogues now. Or micromodal, that is. So I've been there before. And thank you, yeah. Wait, what? Is it really not gonna like load all the CSS on it? Because it looked quite funky. It was done completely with Bootstrap, to be honest, guys. So it wasn't the best, but what, really? Did it not save the images and stuff? Oh, that's kind of sad. I still have the code anyway around somewhere, so it should be good. Yeah, that's kind of sad. I thought that Wayback Machine is supposed to save the whole thing. You probably have to use CDN link for easy integration. Yeah, I probably will. Or I can just also serve it from my server, right? I'm very disappointed that Wayback Machine didn't actually pick up the entire website or cache the entire thing, including the CSS. Very disappointed, because that would have been quite good. Yeah, but as I said, I still have the code somewhere. I still have the service running somewhere on my machine. But that's the plan. Yeah, that's the plan. That's what we want to do here. You can save file from CDN and serve it locally as well. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So let's try that. Let's just see how that works, right? So npm install. No, we don't want the npm. It did cache. I mean, it still looks kind of nice. You see, it did cache the bootstrap, but not the CSS from my website, which is interesting. These are all the things we served. I'm very disappointed that I didn't cache the images as well, because it was really good. Like every time we pressed on an image, it would load the higher version in a dialog, so you could see like the menu item. I'm disappointed that it didn't save it. But yeah, let's do some of that. This is JavaScript, I guess, right? So what do we have here? App, media, static, I guess. Scripts, there you go. So we have HTML. Dude, I completely forgot about HTMX in this project, Sad. Okay, so we've got that. Usage, designed for ease of use. Static. Yeah, it's in static. You are right. Sorry, you're getting there before me, dude, but like your message is only coming on a delay. Apologies for that. Let's see how we use it. So the following HTML structure is expected for the modal to work. It can, of course, be extended to suit your needs. An example of customization is here. So area hidden equals true. Modal title. Modal content. Okay, so all my content is going to go here. The title is there. Okay, so this is really, right? This is really a matter of me closing all of these things, going into my images temple, right? Because we've got a temple here. Right, for each image, you have access to micromodal global variable, which you can instantiate the module. In case of a modular workflow, you can import the module into your project. ECR6, a common. Inside content, you only need one image tag. Yeah, that is true. I'm just seeing. So basically, we're going to copy this. For each image, div class. Wait, what? Is that just all we had, really? Where is what I'm looking for? Inspect. There you go. So is this literally just an image? Okay, yeah, so we didn't have a div here. Everything is in a div class. Okay, right, good. So really, for my document here. Oh no, I don't like what it did to me. One, two, three, four. There you go. So this is the image that we're going to need there. Class A image. So a raffle temple. This is the modal content right there. Oh. Wait, I missed a few messages. Inside the content, you only need one image tag. You only need one modal. So place it want a page once or not. Okay, so you mean this? Let me figure out how this works. I thought this is one per image, right? So I don't know what tab index is. Modal title. Now this title is going to be whatever the image name is, template URL. Image.name. Image.name is what we have here. Image.name. Yes, try one per image first. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. I just want to do that, really. Like, the rest is kind of... What is it meant to be? So we have this label kind of thing here. Right? Yeah, the label, image.name, truncate. Don't really care about that, right? So what we can do is... just comment that out. Pretty sure we need to make build here. Right, yeah, we have image name undefined, right? Yeah, so is that going to work now? Okay, I like that, but I just don't like how we don't have the little highlighting in here. I should be able to make button from a link. Yeah, indeed, we'll make a button from a link. Right, so CMS app. Okay. Okay, no, we are not doing it. Nothing really works. Modal preview button. Okay, let's try that. I'm surprised that YouTube has let you comment that, dude. He hates it. He absolutely hates coding in so div modal. Huh? That didn't actually work though, did it? Didn't actually work at all. Not here, but replace a tag. Yeah, no, that's the idea. Because before the whole link was wrapped around the image and the label, I thought that this is not actually meant to appear. This is not actually meant to appear. But it does, because you have to trigger modal. Yeah, I do, and I also have to actually add modal onto my header, right? That's the that's the interesting thing. Make image. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I didn't actually load the script. You are correct. Make layout. Make layout. Where the fuck is it? There you go. What I could do here as well is like pass in a bunch of extra scripts, right? So I can do something like that. Okay, yeah. something like this. So it's a temple URL thing. And in the head, yeah, type JavaScript, that's true. So temple, what I have to do here is href. That's what I was looking for. So images temple. Image.temple, images.temple. Okay, yeah. So there's an image. Oh, I've got the thing in the wrong way around. Should be that. There you go. There you go. So now I'm pretty sure that this is going to fail in multiple places. Expected Boolean arranger expression card assignment. Scripts. What the hell? Line 47 in layout.temple. What the hell? What is the problem here? Missing parentheses around composite. Nope, we are not. href. Layout.temple line 47. Yeah, the problem is we don't have a line 47 here. You see what I mean? So it's something else I'm trying to figure out. We'll get this working, don't worry. Found assignment, expected Boolean or range expression. Found assignment. Am I just not doing this correctly? Ah, yeah, that's why. I forgot the range keyword. God damn it. Okay, that's a little bit better. Now, this is what I expected to actually happen. So we changed a bunch of places, which means that whenever we call make layout, we should pass a bunch of things that we want extra, right? I think that will do. Well, in fact, like that. Is that how you define it by default? Okay, yeah. Why is my Vim being absolutely shit? There you go. So I'm just going to paste that in all of these places. So I'm pretty sure. We will get there, I promise. Not found. There is some I actually care about though. Right, the ones I actually care about is images, right? So images I do want to pass in the next, the good stuff here, right? So I want to know, first of all, make layout. There you go. That's what I want. But instead of this, of course, I want this. What do we have here? Client-side templates. I don't even know why we use client-side templates, to be honest with you. But now, things should work a little bit better. Okay. So cannot use a string replacement. Wait, what? Layout template logo. Cannot use script variable of type int. Huh? Is that better? Okay, yeah. Can I use tempo URL string as value, as string value in argument escape string? Why not though? Link href. I mean, that sounds too. Maybe it's a good idea to use relative path or only file names when you're adding an extra script because you already know the path. Yeah, I could do that as well. Right now, I just want to see if this is gonna, like, what the problem is here though. The tempo URL kind of escapes a text for users in, well, URLs, right? Like in here, for example. But why is this not working though? So can I use tempo.url script value of tempo safe URL as string value? Can I use tempo URL script as string value in argument to this? Why? What if we just did it anyway? Like if we just did that? Is he going to complain now? Okay, that's a little bit better. I mean, I still want to escape it. So it's a little bit shit that it doesn't work. But all of that. Nah, multimodal still didn't work, dude. Oh, it serves it in a weird way as well. Well, I guess I got to trigger it, right? So it did say I have to trigger it. It's the div, blah, blah. I don't really care about the explanation of what it does. If you included the compile file from the CDN in your project, you will have access to micromodal global variable, which you can use to instantiate the modal. Micromodal in it, right? So let's try that one. So if I were to go on the console and port it, don't paste code into DevTools that you don't understand or haven't reviewed yourself. This could have. Yeah, dude, I know. I can see it though. Var micromodal. Require is not okay. Is it already in window? Oh. Get imported modules, JavaScript, console, window. Right, it does go to window if I'm not mistaken, right? Maybe it's going to need to use relative. I've got that one. It should be window. Yeah, I thought it was window micro modal, which is undefined. Are we even getting that in the first place? So if I just go and Control Shift U, inspect element, we are not. That's the problem. So we are not getting that. Interesting. Tech network tab. Yeah, no, we're definitely not getting that, dude. But why? I thought this builds. Interesting. Make layout 1, 2, 3, 4. Is the fourth argument 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, that's right. Scripts is here. Huh. And I have 100% rerun this, right? You added it on the about page. Is this correct? No, that's not correct. You are correct, dude. It is not correct. If that's what I did, it shouldn't have been there. Oh yeah, you are a genius, man. Don't know what I'll do without you, Anton. Don't know what I would do. What do we do now? So we are going on images, which is make layout images. God damn, dude. What would I do without you? Now we're good, but still, yeah. I mean, micro modal is here. That's correct. No. Window. Window the micro modal. Micro modal init, yeah. That didn't do much, to be honest. I guess I'll figure out. Set data micro modal trigger on an element like a button or the one. So that will actually trigger. Like, this is what I'm expecting to happen. This stuff is going to disappear, right? Modal 1. So you create one for each image. Yeah, because I've got a tab index there. Add in script on page head. Yeah, let's do that. That's a good point. That is a good point. But then how do I do that? I mean, I guess I got to do it here, right? So for now, this is something that we definitely want to remove. Yeah, I mean, yeah, so I'm guessing that the library is going to hide the divs, but it doesn't really do it. It's in the loop, not there. It's in loop. Yeah, no, but that's fine. That will do the same thing, right? Where are we? It'll do the same thing because I'm only ever running this loop when the micromodal stuff is set. I did it by on purpose. Did it on purpose, and there is also a typo there. Maybe it was a typo. No, yeah. Check micromodal variable name case. Yeah, so we've got the right one now, pretty sure. Micromodal.init. I don't think I'm getting my script here though. Oh, there. Okay, no, it is running. Something is happening now though, for sure. No console, check micromodal variable name case, no console log. I just wanted to see if something was happening though. And it is. So blocked area hidden on element because it's descendant retained focus. The focus must not be hidden from assistive technology users. Avoid using area hidden on the focus element or its ancestor. Consider using the inherit attribute instead, which will also prevent focus. For more details, see the area hidden section in the Y area specification. Ugh. Is it a bug with this? I don't know. Anyway, I think we're going to call it here, dude. I'm getting very tired, but I'm going to continue working on this. Maybe next time I start the stream, I'll have this done and working. But thank you very much, dude, for the recommendation. I think this is actually a really good one and kind of what we want to do. So it's just a perfect example, really. So like click on an image, click on a button, or turn the image into a button, right? Click on it, and then bring up the larger image now. I think it's really good. Anyway, with that said, thank you all very much for joining. Thank you very much, Anton. It's been nice to kind of code with you again, dude. I don't know what I would do without you. You always like figure out the mistakes that I've written in the code. But yeah, with that said, I'm going to call it a day, guys. I'm really tired. And I'm just glad we managed to do some stuff today. We managed to actually complete the stuff we wanted to do, which was to migrate the testing framework. But yeah, good night, man. Good night. Thank you. On that note, bye-bye.